Hello and welcome to another podcast episode with me, Jessica. You can find me on Instagram as Jessikaolivia skapar and on Ravelry as Jessikaolivia. This is a podcast about what I'm making. I'm a knitter, I'm a weaver, I'm a sewist, and everything that I like to do. And also a little bit about gardening and living an island life, because I'm living on Gotland. There is an island in the Baltic Sea in Sweden. I live on a small farm with my partner and our cats and having a very good time here. I am very touched and feel very sorry about what's happening in the world right now. And I just want to mention that it's a little bit hard for me to sit here and talking about positive things when such horrible things are happening around us. But I hope you're safe where you are. At least for me, crafting and knitting and doing things with my hands relax my mind and give me comfort in these harder times that we are facing. So I hope that you're safe out there, and let's talk about knitting today. So today it's mostly about knitting. Around me here I have all my knitting projects that I'm working on right now. So it's the most recent finished projects and the projects that I'm working on, like WIPs, but also UFOs and projects that have been sleeping for a while. So maybe you can help me to see what I'm gonna do with those projects that have been sleeping for too long, and maybe I need to do some changes to get a spark again, or I need to rip them out and do something else instead. So let's dive into what I finished since last time. I have actually 3 knitted pieces that I have finished since last time, and one of them is this nice sweater that I'm wearing today. And you have seen it before in the podcast if you have watched episodes before here. This is a Wayfarer Raglan by Ulven. So this is the second one of Wayfarer Raglan that I've been knitted. This sweater is knitted in Nutiden yarn in a very nice dark navy blue color that is called omje, and it's like nature black with very strong blue dyed fibers in it. So it's have a lot of depth in the color. You can describe the color as like looking into a deep ocean. And omje in Sweden is like the word for like being surrounded with. So if you're in the water swimming, you can say that the water omger dig. Like the water surrounds you and holds you, and that's have a very nice meaning, I think. I paired the Nutiden yarn with a mohair yarn that I brought on a cone. Now I don't have the yarn with me, the leftovers, but I brought like a whole cone of like a mohair blend, and now all the information about where the yarn is from and everything is down there, so you can see. And I also link to my Ravelry that everything is specified. And I think the Wayfarer Raglan is the perfect basic sweater for me. I think that this little bit wider raglan is a raglan with 3 stitches in between the increases, and it gives a nice fit on me, I think. I like a bit oversized, so maybe it's like 10 centimeter or 15 centimeters of positive ease, and I like the length of the sleeves, that you can hug yourself in this, but it's also easy to push them up so you can use your hands. And I think the combination of one strand of Nutiden and one strand of a mohair yarn, is very suited together, and gives it a little bit lighter sweater than 2 strands of Nutiden together, as my previous WIP Raglan. And apart from the pattern, I made a double folded collar. The first version I made, it was like a turtleneck. So I'm very happy with this one, and I have already worn it several times. I like when a sweater is pretty neutral, so you can wear it several days without no one noticing that you're wearing the same sweater again. I think I was knitting on these ones last time as well. I knitted a pair of Kura socks. There is a pattern, a sock recipe from Miss Evil Knits, and you can find the recipe on her blog. So this is a version. I have made several pairs of these ones. So this is the last version I made, and this is very bulky yarn weight I used for these ones, and pretty small needles, so make them very thick, and I think they're gonna felt over time and make a very sturdy and nice fabric. So these socks were made intentionally for sleeping. I like very thick, cozy socks for sleeping. And I haven't blocked them because I don't think it will change anything. So the construction is, you work from the toes and up. So you starting with Judy's Magical Custom, and then you increase for the toe, and then you knit up to, depending on what heel construction you're working. This is a heel flap, and the gusset is actually on the sole. Like, maybe it's hard to see, but the gusset is this little heel. So the gusset like increases stitches in the sole, and then you knit like a short row shaping for the back of the heel, and then the heel flap, and then in the round. And then I have finished with an I-cord, so 1 through 3 stitches I-cord edging, and I think that's very nice for these socks, that it have this I-cord. These socks are made from 3 strands of Nutiden yarn, 2 strands Nutiden hearts on a string, and 1 strand of Dvala, paired with 1 strand of Drops alpaca silk that I have in my stash. So this is stash yarn, and I think they have a very nice color and like the marl effect, and they're super nice to the touch and super warm on the feet. I will use them a lot this winter. Yes, Then another pair of socks happened, and this is a little bit smaller. As you can see, it's not for me, it's for a little girl that is 2.5 years old that needed some socks for the winter. And this socks was super fast to knit. I made them last weekend and it literally took me like 4.5 hours for completing 2 socks. That's insane. That could never happen for a for a grown-up pair of socks. That's why I don't like knitting socks so much, because I think it's thin yarn and small needles. It's not my cup of tea, but this bulky weight, it's a fine, and for children's, yeah, that's okay. It's a free sock pattern that is called Warmond, I think. Warmond socks by Agnes Brandels. And you can find them on Ravelry, and designer made them for a bigger yarn company, the Järbo Garn Company, and the pattern is free on Ravelry and on their website. And I made these socks in a non-sock yarn, but with yarn that I have in stash, because I wanted to use this yarn. So this yarn is Järbo Astrid. There is a superwash merino base in a red and a light pink color. And I really like these small bubbles or dots that is created, and then a short row, very easy short row heel, and a little toe. So this is very fast knit. And before I give them to the receiver, I think I'm gonna use Stop Sock. Is a product that is like a liquid rubber that you can put like small dots or pattern on the sole of the socks, so it's like anti-slip, so it's easier for children to walk with the socks and not falling or slipping around. So I think I'm gonna do that before I give them to the little girl. So 3 projects that I have casted off. So 3 projects that is done since last time. On to some ongoing knitting projects. I showed you last time that I was knitting on a diamond twill vest by Nina Pommerenke, and I think I just finished with the body and we're about to start with the front piece. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm being binding off for the armholes, and now I'm gonna knit straight up for maybe 10 centimeters more, and then shaping for the shoulders. So, but yeah, I haven't made so much progress on this one actually, but in 2 strands of Nutiden in the colorway Glimt, that is like a very light beige with some hint and specks of orange and rust. But I really like the texture. There's a little bit of progress, like, yeah, actually I knitted like this from this up since last time, and I put a little marker here so I know know which row is the front and which row is the back, because the pattern is pretty similar on both sides. But it's a pretty nice project to work on, actually. But and I think I'm gonna start knitting on it more frequently again soon. And then we have Storm Sweater by Petite Knit that I showed you last time. And I think I was only in the beginning last time on the back side, and now I completed both front and back, and I have been separated for sleeves, so like maybe 5 centimeters after the splitting for the armholes. And now I'm just working in the round. It's a very nice motif, that like the structure, I mean the texture. It's very nice, the texture of this sweater. And this is the back, so it's gonna be very nice details in on the shoulder. And this yarn is very fluffy, and it have Angora fibers in it and merino fibers that I'm knitting from this cone, and it's a blend of merino and Angora and viscose, but it's very, very nice. And now I just need to work on the body. I think I want to see how the color will knit up as well pretty soon when I'm changing the ball, because I'm working with 2 strands. So I'm working from the cone and I'm working from a winded up ball. So maybe when I change the little ball. And then I have a basket full of goodness. This is the project basket I use for my Heirloom quilt cardigan, designed by Katryn Seeburger. And I have been working on some more squares. So this whole cardigan is made up from squares, and I have one square a half square that I'm knitting on right now. And this is the back side, this is the front. I'm knitting on 4mm needles, and in Nutiden yarn held double in color work. And for this little square I'm using Herden and Vårflod. But I have the squares that I have been made so far. So this is the squares I made so far. 2 squares with this color, that is masculine and shade, and haven't blocked this one, so they curl up a little bit. And this is a brown that I think is maybe yes, it's mening and shade. I think it's a very nice low contrast. And if you compare to this one, it's have a much of a contrast. And then I have this one with the same brown, but I think it's eldsjäl and tålmodig och maskulin, 2 squares. And this is 2 squares of salighet and this one is Solvända. So pretty nice colors. So I think I have 5, like 10 maybe, and then I need like 20 more, at least 20-30 more to complete the whole cardigan. So I'll try to make one square at a day, but it takes maybe 1 hour to make a square. So, and some days I don't have so much time, but this cardigan I really want to have. But yeah, I'm working on it. Now we are on projects that I have been started since last time, and I have started on a sweater. Now we're gonna see which one is back and forth. This is back. So I'm starting with a yoke on this beautiful Bjära sweater that is a design by Sjösvärd. And this have a textured yoke that is made with, I think it's called rositud in Swedish. I don't know the English word. That you keep the yarn in the front of the work, and then you slide, like you just skip stitches, and it creates this pattern. It's a little bit hard to see because I have it in a not so big needle. So maybe half of the yoke is done already, and it's pretty addictive, this pattern. And I'm knitting in Nutiden. I think more than half of my projects are in Nutiden, so I hope you like Nutiden as much as I do. But I'm knitting in Nutiden 2 strands together in the colorway Linärva. That is a very nice hazelnut brown, that is cold brown color that I super in love with. Yeah, maybe that's everything about this one. But when I brought this color or this yarn, I brought 500 grams, and for my size 3, or yeah, size 3 I think I chose for this one, and that was quite 300 grams of Nutiden. And I thought that, oh, I have 200 grams left, then I can make a shawl. So I found this beautiful autumn tails shawl by Ozetta that I have been starting on knitting in the same colorway. So I'm almost half through, so it's gonna be nice to wrap up 2 times around the head. So this is also Linärva, and the pattern requires 200 grams of plöttelupi. I didn't read the pattern so well. It said 200 grams of plöttelupi, and I thought that it was 2 strands together because I wanted to hold Nutiden 2 strands together. But she actually knitted her design in 1 strand of plöttelupi. So this one is much heavier than hers, and I couldn't get gauge either. So, and I started on the recommended needle size. I thought it was 4 or 4.5, but the fabric got so stiff, and so I decided to go up to 5 or 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 millimeter needles for this one, and I like this fabric even much more. It's very drapey and nice. But I'm knitting according to the measurements and not according to the amount of stitches. So my shawl is the same size as hers, but weighs a lot more because I use 2 strands instead of 1 strand of unspun yarn. So it means that I will not have enough yarn to complete both the shawl and the sweater. But lucky me, this colorway was released in the last shop update of 108. So, and it's still available. So a couple of days ago it had been a Patreon update for Nutiden yarn, and I was so happy that I could buy 500 grams more. So another 500 grams of this colorway is coming to me very soon, and I'm very happy about that, because I think I can use this colorway for much more things than these 2 pieces. Maybe even in my quilt cardigan. Can be nice. So 2 started projects, and I think I have managed to do a lot of progress on it. So I'm just gonna knit a little bit more straight on this one, and then I'm starting with the decreases. So now on to the projects that I have been sleeping for a while. I think I have mentioned in this cardigan before that I'm knitting on a no frills cardigan, but I haven't knitting on it since last time, and because it's back and forth, and on 2 middle needles. I like the fabric super much. It's the nicest color, but it's not the nicest construction, and I have a hard time to remember on which rows I'm gonna do the increases, and it's a little bit heavy to work on, but I really want to have the finished piece because it's a very nice color. I love the color of this yarn combination, and I've been talking about it before, but it's in 1 strand of Nutiden and 1 strand of Knitted for Olive soft silk mohair, and it's so beautiful in combination. But this colorway of Nutiden is very fragile and thin on 2-3 millimeter needles. It takes a long time, but I'm not gonna frog it. I'm gonna continue with it, but maybe not right now. So I think it needs to sleep a little bit more, but I really want to have the finished piece. And then I have a pair of socks that I haven't not been knitting on for a while, and it's all tangled up here. Yeah, but this is a pair of socks that I was starting on this spring, I guess. Yes, it was like Easter, and this is a sock design from Erika Guselius, and it's had this very nice motif of these tulips, and then it's gonna be some more motifs down here. And I got this yarn as a present. I got this yarn as a gift from my dear friends that also have a knitting podcast, Mini Härvorna and Stor Härvan, that they have been dyed this yarn, this sock yarn, and I think it's a very nice color combination. But maybe, I don't know if the rust color comes so good together, so maybe I will rip out this section and continue only with the green and the yellow, and for the main color it is this fingering sock yarn that I don't remember so much about, but it's a little bit speckled, pretty nice color. But I don't feel to work on these socks right now because thin socks and yeah, in the winter knitting on tulip socks, I don't know, with spring colors. So I don't know what I should do with this, or if I should leave them to next year, or if I should frog them. What do you think? Do you think the rust color is going nice together? Is it too busy with this not solid sock yarn? Does it come through good? I don't know. What do you think of it? Should I frog it or should I continue? Should I continue as I did, or should I frog up to here and just leave it like this? Can you please help me with this one? And then we have an almost completed sweater, but I am lost on Sleeve Island here. So I think it was 2 years ago. No, on the beginning of 2022. I started on this, and then I was knitting until the summer, and then it got too warm and I couldn't working on it on the summer, and then I didn't start working on it in the fall, and now it's the next fall, so I've been laying for 1 year at least. And this design is the Björk Raglan designed by Ulven, and it's in Nutiden, 2 strands of the Ljus and Mörker collection of 2021. And these have this color work, and I have been working, I think maybe I need 1 more repeat of this color work before the hem, but it's pretty much done the body, and I have been starting on 1 sleeve, and I thought maybe I thought that it was not so nice on small needles in the round, but I think I'm working it pretty good. I got tired of it, I think, and I don't know if it's my colors. Do you think this is my colors? Because this juice colorway have a lot of pinks and apricots, and also the murky one have a lot of pink in it and purple. It's like all colors mixed together. What do you think? Is this my color? What else should I make in this yarn? And I almost completed a whole sweater. Do you think I should complete it? I don't know. It's very thick. It's on 2.5 millimeters, but it's very thick with this color work all over. Let me know what you think about Björk Raglan. Should I keep it? Does it suit me? Yeah. But now when I look at it, I think it's pretty nice. But maybe it's just in this light that I like it. And this one have been sleeping for a while as well. And this is almost half of a shawl, and it's the Scout shawl, designed by Florence Sperling in this intarsia color work. Yeah, very nice. It have these sections, and it's like a border around it. I really like the color combination. It's a finger and weight yarn, and I think it's 2.5 millimeter needles, but it's color work on front and back, and intarsia. Oh, maybe the intarsia is not so hard, but you need to read the charts on almost every row, so you cannot memorize it because it's changing the whole time. This is the colorways, and plus white, and this yarn is from Fru Valborg, and it's the Biffel Gotland fingering. And I really like the colors as well. It's very me, the colors. But I think the problem is because it's intarsia, that you need to have several balls of each colorways, and you need to sit in front of a table because you need to have have the yarn in a specific order, and then so it doesn't make a mess, because now it's like a tangled mess. But I really like this one, and I think that will be super lovely, so I should probably continue on it. But I need to have a clear mind, and I need to be very focused on it. Maybe I can work on it when I have some free days, or maybe on Christmas I can work on it. Super lovely, and this yarn has some nice texture. Yeah, I'm gonna continue, okay? And the last but not least project that I've been sleeping for so long time now is this sweater. And this is the Vilas sweater by Frida Franckie, with this color work motif, with this very nice like, what you call it, leaves, but it's something with the fit. It's too much fabric up here, and when I look at the design and in the project photos, it is like this on everyone. It's like, it's not laying flat here, and then it comes to color work, and it shrinks in a little bit, and then it have this corrugated rib that doesn't want to lay flat, and I think it was super hard to bind it off neatly. I think it's Oh, it's so ugly, the finishings here, and I really tried making it neat, but I couldn't. And then I started on one sleeve. It was hard to know on which row I was on the sleeve when I was starting the sleeve. And now I have this sleeve on a short, very short cable, but this is the arm, the sleeve, and it's so small. The sleeve is super small, and with the color work, that would be too narrow, I guess. I don't know. It's a very nice fabric. Do you think I can stick it a little bit, maybe here in the armpits? Maybe I can. I have been starting the color work already here, so maybe I cannot just make the sleeves in one color, or can I make some knitting surgery and take away the green section here and add the beige one instead? Is that possible? No, maybe not with so many rounds. Because I think I should be fine that only the body have this pattern and not the sleeves as well. I saw someone that made like stripes underneath the arm to make it wider, and I think I need to take away the corrugated rib and just make it a plain one, because I don't like this. And this is have a split hem as well. Maybe a split hem, but just one color. Maybe just the beige color. What do you think about that? I think it's have a nice color up here. What do you think? Adding that instead in the bottom. And what do you think about the sleeves? And will this block out? Even out? And it's also Nutiden. And one strand of Enlightenment and one strand of Perfect Green. These two. And these ones are almost the first colorways of Nutiden that I brought like 3 years ago. And I love this color combination. Love it. And together with mohair. And it's also very nice mohair because it's knitting for olive mohair, so it's super soft. Do you have any ideas what I can do? So do you have any ideas what I can do? So maybe you can help me with that as well. And this was my last UFO. Not so many actually. Only 4 UFOs, but I think it's 4 too many. Because yeah, look at these colors, so beautiful. Why haven't I finished this? I don't know. So I think I need to finish some projects and not starting so many new, but the autumn is so inspiring to me, and I just want to knit everything. And really, right now, it's so many things that is inspiring me knitting wise. So I want to make a lot of things, and I had not so much time. In a good day, I have like 3 hours of knitting and a lot of projects. But I have some plans, some things that I want to cast on, even if I have some projects to work on. But I also want to make some small projects for Christmas gifts, but I think those ones will be pretty fast knitted. Not big garments, just small accessories and things like that. But I have some plans or some things I've been swatching for or that I want to cast on. So I have made a little swatch of, guess what, Nutiden, and this is the colorway Solvända. That is this one. That is a gray beige one with, yeah, it's very variegated, this colorway. And I have made a swatch, and the swatch is for the Levitate Wrap cardigan by my favorite things knitwear that I need to have in my wardrobe. I need to have more cardigans, and this wrap cardigan is such a dream. Then I have some left of this beautiful colorway of Nutiden as well, and this is the colorway Vegan Hem. That is a cold beige one that I made my Valkyria cardigan from Sjösvärd. And this yarn I want to make a pair of there and back again slippers from design from Tanya Barley. Very nice slippers that I want to wear this winter. I also want to make a pair of autumnal socks. Anna Sjösvärd just released her mushroom sock pattern, a shortcut to mushroom socks by Anna Sjösvärd, and this was the closest colorways or yarn that I had in my stash. And this is not a sock yarn, but it's Rama Finull, and it's a little bit thicker than the recommended 400 meters on 100 gram, and this is 350, but I think that will work. And these are beautiful socks with some mushrooms on them, and then you're embroidering the little mushroom details. And I think these colorways will be very nice. This rust for the main color, and for the mushroom color this two, or maybe a more beige one, but this is a literally white one. So that's my plans. Now I think I have been talking a lot, and I think it's very nice. I think it's very nice to bring out all your projects, knitting on, if it's knitting or crocheting or projects that you're working on, and check which projects that still sparks joy, or do they need to be frogged, or whatever. So I think I have a pretty good overview of my projects, and let me know which of my projects that you are most excited about, or do you have any tips or tricks about the projects that I have a little bit issue with. And I think that's everything for now. Thank you for coming here and watching this, and hanging out with me. It's so lovely when you give me comments. I read them all and try to answer now. So I'm wishing you a cozy time together with your crafts. Thank you so much for watching.